My 26 meters GF26F has a Tinder friend. So my GF of 4 months has this friend, let's say Jike. She used to go to hikes with him, and a few other friends until now. Very occasionally, once every 2 weeks or something. Recently, she mentioned that she is meeting up with him for a drink to catch up. Texts me that she is tired at 5:30, waiting for him to arrive. Will leave soon, should be a short meet. Cause tired. At 6:30 she says I should be out in a few minutes. And then she finally leaves, at around 7:30 I reckon. She shared all these leaving estimates without me asking. But they seem to irk me, cause she didn't have to say she was leaving soon if she didn't intend to. The next day his name comes up and I try to ask what he does etc., and apparently they have no other connection, apart from that they met on Tinder when she was dating and it didn't work out romantically. She met me on Hinge. She also adds a lot of ha's over the text. Maybe nervous cause of me asking, Ike. Says he's like a lil brother, he's 23 yo. I do have trust issues, cause I got cheated on in the past etc etc. The dude my ex 3 years ago cheated on was also her, like a brother, go figure. I am concerned by all of this, but haven't let on to her how much. Mostly concerned about them meeting alone without other people present, and having met on Tinder but now friends. And somewhat about her saying she's gonna leave soon, unprompted, and then staying at the bar with him for like 2.5 hours. It's probably just me being anxious and possessive, and I'll talk to her about it. But looking for opinions as to how much of a right I have to be concerned about this. It is her life, she should be free to do whatever she likes. But this seems more of a date than just a meetup. Story 2. Having emotional struggles after found out my wife might have cheated many years ago before marriage. My wife F44 and I am 45 have known each other for 25 years, and married for 15. Have 2 children, 14-year-old son and 9-year-old daughter. I recently found an old hard drive that belongs to wife's brother and have some pics of them. Went back to our country together around 17 years ago in 2005, before we got married. In those pics, they went to a few local trips around the home country and was actually accompanied by her ex-boyfriend the whole time, along with his brother and another friend. One of those pics shows that wife and ex took together with him hugging her from behind in a tourist area. I don't remember wife shown me any of the pics she took from this trip, and her brother have never shown me his pics. This trip was about 2.5 weeks. I was quite furious, looked up some more pics that she went back again in 2007, by herself, which she claimed to go back when we decided to get married, and she said she wanted to shop for wedding gowns. There weren't that many photos I found which she was willing to show me at that time, and many of the photos from that month and half she was there were deleted based on the sequence numbers. With the ones that she was willing to show me, the ex was pretty much appeared at most of them. Just some history about wife and ex. They were first lovers in high school. They dated for around 2 years. She then came to US, broke up with him because of long distance. She actually was carrying his baby when came and had an abortion, and she told him about it. He was really heartbroken, did something stupid and went to jail for quite a few years. Wife said she always felt guilty that he went to jail because of her. I met him briefly in 2004 when wife at the time still GF and I went back, and he probably just came out from jail. We hang out a couple days. She didn't really tell me who he was until afterward. I was quite upset. I confronted her that I was not aware she went back in 2005, spent most of the time with him, even though was in a group. It was okay to ask him to come out and hang out since they didn't have a nasty broke up and still be friends. But spent almost the whole trip with him and went on many local trips, that's a whole different level. Worst, the whole 2007 trip was questionable. What has she done? Where have they been? She explained that she feels sorry that she didn't tell me, only because she knew I won't like it and won't allow her to go back, and she loves going back to visit. There really wasn't anything between them anymore. They broke up so many years ago, and the only reason X and his brother joined them because his brother has a car that can drive them around and makes sense to ask them to join those trips. The 2007 trip was nothing more than just asking him to hang out because she always had this guilt inside her. She said she probably spent most of the time in a different city with another friend shopping for wedding gowns. I asked why she deleted lots of photos, and there were like around 3 weeks with no photos at all, and she's someone that loves taking photos. She said it's been such a long time ago that she doesn't remember much about it. I've been having lots of emotional struggles since I found out about this half-year ago. On one end, I wanted to believe that nothing happened between them since they broke up so long ago and they were nothing more than just friends. On the other end, I was quite pissed that she's been hiding this from me all these years. All evidence shows that it was more than just friends. We had many discussions about this, and every time end up she cry a lot, and shown me with suicidal attempts because she felt she lost my trust, and have nothing to prove that they didn't sleep together. I love this woman so much. We've been through so much together, but felt betrayed and with so much love and anger at the same time in my mind every day. There are so many questions I wanted to ask, but she has no answers simply because she didn't remember anything. Update: wife allow me to have time outside, but not emotional affair, after I found out she might have cheated on me many years ago. I posted last time that I found some photos of wife went back to our home country to visit, and spent 2.5 weeks, went on local trips with her ex, along with her brother, ex's brother, and another of her friend. There was a photo shows that her ex was hugging her from behind in a tourist area. This was back 17 years ago in 2005, before we got married. I flipped out, suspecting that she might have cheated on me. She claimed that she didn't cheat on me, and the reason she asked him to join those trips because ex's brother had a car that can drive them around. She always felt guilty that ex went to jail for quite a few years for doing something stupid after she broke up with him when she came to US, and long distance just won't work, and they were young back then. They didn't have a nasty breakup and were still friends, so she wanted to ask him to hang out. I had many talks with her, told her it's hard to believe that there wasn't anything happened with them, even though I wanted to believe her. I had lots of emotional struggles throughout this last half year. She felt very guilty everyone I brought this up, but have nothing to show that she was innocent. She even had suicidal thoughts just to prove to me. Few days ago, I brought up the idea that I wanted to have a threesome with her and another woman, just to see if maybe I will feel better and emotionally balance. It will really be just sex, no feeling towards the other woman. She said she can't do it, but do agree that I can have a threesome outside, if that will make me feel better, but don't tell her after I did it. If that doesn't help, we can consider separating. I told her I don't want to do it outside without her, it won't feel the same. What do you guys think? If she allows me to do that, does that mean she might have cheated? If she didn't really cheat, then I am afraid I will be the cheater afterward and make our relationship even worse. But I really want to try it just to balance out. Or maybe it won't help even if I did. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, it's a trap. Stick to your morals and not hers. Redditor 2, you're heading for a train wreck. Do not have a threesome. Do not have time outside of the relationship. These activities do not heal relationships that are in crisis. The opposite, they tend to create crisis even in a healthy relationship. You consider these things when at your strongest, not your weakest, and certainly not to be used as a bargaining chip or a way to figure out if she's lying. Your wife is agreeing to this under duress. She doesn't think she has any other option in order to keep you, and that will not end well for either of you. You won't feel better, she will be deeply hurt, and you still won't know the truth any better than you do now. And what if you still decide to end things with her? You've caused her pain for no different outcome than you were already facing. Will that feel good when you have to look yourself in the mirror? Make decisions based on what you know, seek counseling, anything would be better than this idea you've come up with. Answer, yeah, I told her I won't do it unless she does it with me, more like a one-side open relationship, and only if she enjoy it as well. I brought up this topic before, because the fact that she has multiple partners before me and she was my first. Sometimes when I watch PI and seeing two guys binging a chick, I was imagining that was her and can't bear to continue watching, even though she didn't have a threesome before. I know that won't justify my reason because her past was her past. I also told her I had this idea, because one of my friend was able to convince his wife to do it. She strongly against it before, but because of what I found out this time, and she sees me struggle so much with this emotionally, almost every week. She felt like if that will make me feel better, then go do it, but she won't bear to experience with me or even know about it. Last few days, even when I initiate sex, she wasn't willing to. So I need tell her it was just a thought, and let's scrap it and not gonna talk about it again. Redditor 3, sounds like you are looking for an excuse for an revenge affair. Redditor 4, I don't mean to be snarky, but you have posted several times about your wife and you have gotten many helpful answers to your posts. Why do you keep posting about the same subject and what do you hope to accomplish? Redditor 5, you are doing all of this over a picture that's not incriminating. Nobody on the trip said anything bad happened. Redditor follow-up, right. 17 years ago, prior to marriage, accompanied by many people, no other red flags mentioned except she didn't say the ex was there, so she probably knew he wouldn't like that, but I'm not convinced there was an affair from the post. Maybe I'm a typical chump. But there's no way she could possibly prove herself innocent either.